covering the villages for you. Here's Jill Winters and the VNN Lifestyle News Team.
Neighbors unite for life-saving training. Plus, we take you out to a new farmers market. The Neighbors Saving Neighbors program trains residents in this community how to use automated external defibrillators. After reading an article about this life-saving program in the village's Daily Sun, Dave Fontaine and Jim Dorman both wanted to get their Village of Hawkins neighbors involved.
Jim's got the experience being a former fire chief, and I've been a city manager, so we said, okay, let's do this together. So we went out, and the neighbors were great. The Daily Sun, all the AED advertisement education helped educate the people here, and everybody realized how important it is. And so the community was great about getting together. Originally, about 650 homes participated because the other half of our village wasn't even built yet.
They have already raised funds for 10 AEDs for their side of the Village of Hawkins and are now raising more for another 7 AEDs to be placed in the newer section of their village.
We've had fundraisers, we have block parties, and everybody's been very generous to help us raise the funds needed. And of course, the fire department was instrumental to helping us get our program off the ground. Like, we have our own trained, within our village, our own trained Red Cross CPR trainers. We have our own training device so that we can actually be a self-sustaining unit within the Village of Hawkins and take some of the burden off the fire department, which is great, but they can't be everywhere.
Yeah, with both halves of Hawkins working together, we're serving about 1,240 homes. So it's quite a task.
The alert system now comes through the county, which is really great, and they've been very supportive. They've held special training sessions, and they're going to hold monthly sessions, so as we get new volunteers, they go down to the county helps load the alert system, tells them what it's all about. So the county's become as important to us as the village fire public safety department in making the program work.
This new Neighbors Saving Neighbors program has been live for a couple of weeks, and they have simulated 3 hands-on drills. Jim says everyone responded just as they have been trained to do. There are now 260 Neighbors Saving Neighbors groups in the villages, more than 700 AEDs, and more than 1,500 villagers who are trained to respond and aid during a cardiac arrest, according to the village's public safety department. The last day to file your taxes this year is Tuesday, April 18th. As of March 24th, nearly 81 million returns have been received, which is about on par with the number of returns received last year at the same time, according to the Internal Revenue Service. Villages Tax Aid Volunteers, a volunteer group in the villages sponsored by the AARP Foundation, have filed about 6,400 returns as of April 1st, and all of their remaining appointments are filled. However, cancellations may occur and walk-ins are available but are not guaranteed. If you need to request an extension for filing your taxes, you must submit Form 4868 prior to April 18th. Those approved for an extension will then have until October 15th to file their taxes. The IRS says taxpayers should estimate how much they owe and pay any taxes before the April 18th deadline to avoid penalties. After this short break, a veteran battles an incurable disease.
Stay with us. More Villages Lifestyle News is coming up right after this on VNN.
You want to enjoy your home, we know. To live well is to eat well. Doc's Restorations knows you want a beautiful kitchen to enjoy your favorite meals with your family. Licensed, bonded, and insured, we can make it happen. Bathroom? We work with trusted brands and American-made materials for a squeaky clean result. Family owned and operated for over 14 years, experienced craftsmen and design consultants. We stand on it. We'll make you look like a million. It's up to you what you tell your neighbors. And much more. So relax. Doc's Restorations will take care of it all for you. One company, one source, one solution.
This is VNN.
3 years ago, Village of Palo Alto resident Philip Sage was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. His active lifestyle seemed to fall off the cliff with a diagnosis. Here's John Dew from the VNN studio with more about Philip fighting with all of his might.
15 years of my life I spent as a paramedic, and I've dealt with taking people to hospice care that had Parkinson's in the later stages, and so I know what it is and I know what it can do and I know how it affects you, and that kind of set me back that I had it, knowing that it's non-curable, and made me start thinking about how I'm going to react down the road when it really starts taking hold of me. I'm going to fight it to the very last, and my neurologist said that the more exercise you get, the more you stay active, the more you can postpone the effects of it.
Philip served in the U.S. Air Force during the Vietnam War. His diagnosis is service-connected, given his exposure to Agent Orange. The local Disabled American Veterans Chapter 150 recently received a donation of a LookStation video magnifier, which helps those with Parkinson's read and see better.
It gives you the opportunity to read more, to try and stay normal as much as possible. With this disease taking a little bit away from you every day, it helps. My vision is still pretty good for right now. It will degrade as time goes along, and I'll probably be needing it more. Hopefully one of these days they get a cure for this disease and these things won't be needed.
According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, more than 1 million Americans have Parkinson's disease. From the VNN studio, I'm John Dew.
Here's your VNN 5-day weather.
Highs in the Villages this week in the mid to upper 70s. This weekend going into the mid 80s. Overnight lows in the mid 60s. Chance of rain on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Windy all week with winds gusting between 5 and 15 miles an hour. Tuesday's high 77, Wednesday 80 degrees.
Thanks, Chris. Now let's check in with the Village's Director of Recreation and Parks, John Rohan. He has some insight into what residents can look forward to in the days ahead.
It's Steve Murphy in for Jack Hammer and Dee, along with the Director of Recreation and Parks, Mr. John Rohan. John, good to see you. It's finally glad to meet you in person, man. It's been a while.
Glad to meet you as well, Steve, and good morning to everybody. A little jury out there, but it's okay. But we got a lot going on in recreation and parks, as you always can imagine, trying to keep the lifestyle busy for our residents to have the best of their lives here. And, kind of wrapping up, once again, we had the full Camp Villages Easter week that went off like gangbusters. Very popular program, which now segues into the summer Camp Villages program. We're getting ready for that brochure, and that'll be coming sometime in probably late May. And then people can register for we call the Summer Camp Villages activities. We had about 750 runners and walkers for the third and final running of the squares.
Holy smokes.
At Spanish Springs. And I decided to run for some insane reason. Yeah, and I'm paying for it this morning. But
I bet you did it.
I did it, yeah.
Wow.
It was cool. It was great to be out there with the crowd. It's just amazing. The two winners, the male and females, were in their mid-50s. The gentleman did it in like 17 and a half minutes, and the female did it in like 18 and a half minutes. So.
I'd still be walking. I would still be walking at this point.
Just to do it is something, right?
And 3 generations of people were out there.
That's
the grandparents,
fantastic.
The parents, and the kids. People with strollers. It was just full of energy. It was really cool.
Strollers?
Yeah, people were out there.
Steve, I'd sit in the stroller if you want to push me.
There you go. You'd have to move the dog over.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so great turnout. So we've wrapped up the 3 running of the squares. We'll be planning again for next year. Very popular. We may be adding in some more races now that we have areas further south of 44. So we'll be meeting with our volunteers and team and coming up with a plan to maybe add another race here or there. Because, we have the running club. They come out here, I think, 3 or 4 days a week and run, a 10K and run around the whole community. So very popular, shows the health and wellness of all our residents. And then we've got senior games, which starts Saturday. and that will run through the 23rd. And we have probably close to 2,000 registered athletes for the senior games. And that is an Olympic-style event with 20-something different sports.
Is registration still open for that?
Registration is closed.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yep. And so now we're putting the registrations, the teams together, and the brackets and the registration packets, and then we have a big celebration where people will get their packets, and we have a nice program scheduled for them at Rohan. So it's a very festive event all week. You'll see your fellow residents out there wearing their senior game shirts, and so go ahead and support them. If you want to come out and watch some great sporting events, the schedule will be available on districtgov.org. And then we move into, I think it's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Our same-day hiring event, and I believe WVLG will be out there helping us. You know, we started this program kind of post-COVID. We needed some great new team members to join our team, and using our core value of creativity and innovation, we came up with the same-day hiring event. Very popular, primarily for part-time positions, but they lead into full-time opportunities as well if you're looking to get some more opportunities working for our department. But it is at Ezell Recreation Center, and it is from 10 a.m. to noon. Our staff will be there. Come ready to talk to us, and lots of great opportunities to work with our team. We are always growing. We've got Franklin that's getting ready to open up in the next month or so. Yeah. And we're always adding more folks to the team and greatness that we have here. So
bring a resume, or just bring yourself?
Bring whatever you have to sell yourself and talk about yourself and history, and staff will get you set up. We got some laptops, get the applications going. We'll walk you through the process. And so there could be a small wait. There could be a longer wait, because, it's always great to see people wanting to get back in and working with the villages and the district. And there's great opportunities out there. So the same-day hiring event is a great segue into being part of this community and being part of the team.
And I think Krista Joy is going to be out there from 9 to 11 tomorrow.
Yeah,
so you can say hi to Krista as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, everybody, same day means you can show up and possibly get hired that day, right?
Thank you very much for bringing that up. Yes, you will know whether you are going to be part of the A team, the recreation parks team. So,
the A team.
Yeah, so
team.
Well, you and your team do a fantastic job, John, and we're thrilled to have you every Monday morning here to talk about it.
We appreciate the opportunity. We love getting out there and sharing the good word.
All right, sounds good. Have a great week.
Yep.
Up next, small businesses seek community support. We'll be right back.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible. So call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Rocking, dancing,
Shake your body, baby, do that conga.
relaxing, or romancing. Thank you for listening to Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
The best mix of music, the songs you love. Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
The popularity of purchasing locally grown produce from farmers markets continues to rise, according to the United States Department of Agriculture's Agricultural Marketing Service. The number of farmers markets has increased from 1,755 to 8,771, an increase of about 7% per year between 1994 and 2019. Fruitland Park has recently launched the Fruitland Park First Friday Market.
This is our second market that we've had in Fruitland Park. And we have one more in May, and then we will break over the summer and start back in September. The first one was really nice. We were blown away. It was very windy, but it was a really great day with some really good vendors, and we've increased in size. We've got more vendors out here today. We have some amazing small businesses within our community, and they really appreciate the support, and coming out to these local markets really makes a difference within your community and for these small businesses. By coming out and supporting these small businesses, you actually can make or break somebody's day, and they really appreciate it. We've got homemade barbecue sauce, fresh fish and seafood, dips, hair accessories, soap vendors, custom tumblers, fresh baked cakes, biscottis. Orange Blossom Market Co. will continue to have markets. We have rented out the Lakeside Inn in downtown Mount Dora, and we are going to do a Regency themed market. It will be indoors on July 25th. And that will be kind of a Bridgerton, Pride and Prejudice, Downtown Abbey themed market. And that will showcase 40 women-owned businesses.
The next Fruitland Park First Market will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. May 5th at the Fruitland Park City Hall off West Berkman Street. The Lady Lake Farmers Market has also been a big hit in its current location. After about a 6-month hiatus, the market has returned to the Rolling Acres Sports Complex every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. until April 25th. The town of Lady Lake handles the event, and attendance averages between 400 and 600 people. Lady Lake Parks and Recreation Director Mike Bursky says the market gets between 17 and 25 vendors who sell a variety of items, including fruits and vegetables, fresh seafood, homemade syrups and soaps, along with quilted creations. We'll be back with more news from Florida's friendliest hometown.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN. Broadcasting and streaming live from Lake Sumter Landing in a small building with big windows near the water. AM 640, 102.7 and 104.5 FM. Your soundtrack to the Villages. WVLG Wildwood.
You're here to have fun, lots of fun. We're Lake Nutrition Center, your health food store. We offer vitamins, supplements, immune boosters, gluten-free and plant-based options that will support your health. We're here to help you feel better, sleep better, manage your stress at those pickleball tournaments, navigate the traffic circles, and help you with your golf game. We look forward to meeting you and helping you stay healthy and have more fun.
The final leg of the 2022-2023 Running of the Squares 5K series wrapped up on Saturday. Hundreds of walkers and runners laced up their tennis shoes and gathered at Spanish Springs Town Square before the air horn sounded. Then it was time to take off on their 3.1-mile scenic route. They enjoyed comfortable temperatures and lots of support along the way. Less than 18 minutes later, the first finisher crossed the finish line, 53-year-old Albano Don Rees. From Ocala, he used this as part of his training for the Boston Marathon. Not far behind him was 43-year-old Chris Furland, a first-time participant. He says he didn't expect so many people in the race. And the first female finisher was Terry Regibald at 20 minutes, 39 seconds. She was making her return to competitive racing after a 10-month absence, recovering from a torn tendon in her foot. Overall, it was a successful running of the squares. The Florida Circuit 8-Goal Polo Super Series Regional President's Cup provided an action-packed match on Sunday. D'Ambrose MD and Arden's Fine Jeweler took to the Villages Polo Club, playing in front of a lot of fans. Arden started with a 1-goal advantage due to player handicap, but their opponents quickly evened the match with Frankie Bilboa's penalty 2-shot. D'Ambrose held a 3-2 lead heading into the second chukker, where Frankie scored 2 more goals to increase his team's lead. Arden's pulled within 2 before halftime, and in the end, D'Ambrose MD went on to win 12-9. D'Ambrose MD will now face Frost & Frost in the championship Sunday, with the winner advancing to play at the National Polo Center in Wellington, Florida. It's time now for a brief commercial break, followed by more stories for you.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
you get a hearing test, you should also have what's called speech and noise testing. Most of our patients will tell you they have trouble understanding people when there's a lot of ambient noise. So if I don't test you in noise, how do I quantify your handicap? How do I pick the right technology to overcome that? So speech and noise is a big part of our test, but guess what? It takes 2 minutes. It's simple, it's effective, it's scientific. We do it. I'm happy to report that. The other thing that's huge is a cognitive health screening. We know that untreated hearing loss damages the brain. It alters structures of the brain. Well, if I put hearing devices on you and I get the signal to the brain, but the brain is changed, right, that impacts how well the treatment works. So when I screen cognition, when we screen cognition, we get this information about 3 different domains of your cognitive health. And then we test you again in 4 months, right? So I treat your hearing loss, you go through your adaptation and your rehab process. You come back in 4 months and I put you back on that device. And guess what? We're seeing improvements in memory and executive function. So not only do we listen to your problem and treat it effectively, we're also really big about outcomes and validating them.
Mellow Road CBD puts innovation first, giving you the newest line of CBD products in the market. From CBD-infused coffee to gummies, lotions, and oils, MellowRoadCBD.com solutions are designed to help muscle and joint pain, sleeplessness, and even aging and dry skin. Visit MellowRoadCBD.com today to learn more about the various ways they can help you live a balance of physical and mental wellness. MellowRoadCBD.com. Order now and receive 20% off with coupon code VILLAGES exclusively for residents of the Villages.
A dog named Radar and his owner Mike Steer enjoy their daily routine together. The Village of Fenny resident and his standard poodle can be found every morning traveling down Fenny Way as Mike rides his electric trike and Radar trots alongside him. Mike says he tries to go at a dog's pace, yet sometimes Radar pulls him. Radar also enjoys a good game of Frisbee, and he gets excited whenever they go out because he is just ready to move. Mike says Radar always has a happy face. He describes his pup as a great companion that is fun to be with and helps him stay active. The Villages is the place to be when it comes to great musical entertainment. These are the bands ready to perform for you on Tuesday. That's all the news we have for you now. Pick up a copy of Tuesday's Daily Sun to read about a self-driving car in the testing stages. Keep enjoying the Villages lifestyle.
Thanks for watching your VNN Lifestyle News Show.
Smile said, I'm not waiting on a lady. I'm just waiting on a friend. Just waiting on a friend. Waiting on a friend. Don't need no booze. Don't need a virgin breeze. I need someone I can cry to. I need someone to protect. Making love and breaking hearts. It is a game for you. I'm not waiting on a lady. I'm just waiting on a friend. Just waiting on a friend.
You're living the dream. Fun times and great tunes. Jackhammering the rock and roll. Delighting up the dance in R&B. It's your Village's house party on your Village's soundtrack. WVLG.
The best mix of music. The songs you love. Your Village's soundtrack. WVLG.
If you have a hearing loss but won't wear a hearing aid, we have exciting news for you.
It's the Lyric Invisible Hearing System. It's placed deep in your ear canal, it's completely undetectable, and the insertion process takes only minutes with no surgery, medication, or pain involved.
You wear it 24 hours a day, there's no maintenance and no batteries to change.
You can sleep, shower, and exercise with it.
In practically the time it's taken us to tell you about this hearing device, we just fit this patient.
Call right now and find out if Lyric is right for you.